Well, guys, it is a new month, the month of July, but it's the same old story about Joe Biden. But there's been an awakening, it seems, when it comes to the media trying to protect Biden. After that debate, man, they realized, hey, our propaganda is not working anymore. The American people saw with their own eyes that Joe Biden is just not there. This man is malfunctioning. He's 81 years old, going on 181. Yeah, it's over. It's over. So pretty much every Democrat propagandist or pundit out there knows that this is the end of Joe Biden. Now, Joe Biden went to Camp David, and allegedly his family is urging him to continue his campaign. But guys, we got a devastating poll here for Joe Biden because the polls are saying, no, we do not want Joe Biden. Or I should say, really Democrats don't want Joe Biden because that's their guy. He's not my guy. Oh, this is bad, man. The post-debate polls, man, for him are atrocious. He can't win. Joe Biden cannot win. Now, if this guy somehow manages to get 81 million votes again with the way he's declining, yeah, I got a lot of questions about that. Now, I'm pretty sure that the American people will not be buying the 2024 election if Joe Biden wins. This is starting to look like a Trump landslide. In reality, it should be a 50-state landslide for President Trump. But we know there's going to be states out there like California. They're going to vote blue no matter who. And not everybody actually watched the debate. And Democrat voters, they're not the most informed people. But still, this poll that CNN is going to show you here in this clip, this is the end. This is the end. I already said it before, guys, that Joe Biden would not be in the second debate. The second debate is not going to happen. It's probably too little too late for the Democrats to actually drop Joe Biden. But boy, they should have saw this, man. Whoever came up with the idea for Joe Biden to debate backfired. I was actually anticipating this year earlier that there would be no debates because Joe Biden, man, he's just not there. But Joe Biden's people say, yeah, let's get him out there in front of people. He's losing in the polls. We need this. Yeah. Joe Biden needed this debate more than Trump. And now they pretty much now put Joe Biden in a coffin, guys. Let's get into this. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. Remember, live stream every single Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you're watching on Rumble, click the join button to get access to the same thing. You guys can support us also by becoming a member on blackandwhitenetwork.com or supporting us on Locals. The links are in the description. Here we go, guys. Right here on CNN. And you guys can actually see the headline right there. Biden's family urges him to stay in race. Why? I don't know. This is elder abuse, man. But anyway, new poll shows impact of Biden's debate performance. And in this clip here, man, this is it. This is it. Look at here. Look here. CBS YouGov poll. 72% of registered voters say Biden does not have cognitive health to serve as president. You can't do it, man. But let's go ahead and roll this clip here.
I've conducted some polling post-debate. We can compare it to the pre-debate numbers. And the bottom line, Al, it's not any good. It's not any good. Look at this. Voters who say that Biden has the mental health to be president. It was just 35% pre-debate. Look where it's dropped to now post-debate, 27%. How about that he should be running for president? It was 37% pre-debate. It's now 28%. I have never seen numbers this bad for an incumbent president during my lifetime. I mean, that mental health to be president, just 27%.
Yeah, that's bad, man. This is devastating right here. Now, the people that thought Biden could actually function before the debate, it was low. I'm still stunned that it's 27% that thinks he actually has the mental health capacity even after that debate. I got questions about the people that still believe Biden has the mental health to do the job. I mean, he dropped by 8 points after that debate. And before, most people were saying that he shouldn't be running for president. After that debate, dropped by 9 points. Yeah, this is horrific news for Joe Biden and Democrats.
You might say, okay, that's low, but a lot of people thought Biden was too old back in 2020. These numbers look nothing like this back in 2020. These numbers were bad already. And the truth is, Allison, they have gotten just considerably worse, even in just a few days after that first presidential debate.
Harry, do we have polling yet that suggests that voters want a different candidate?
Yeah, this is the whole question, right? If it's not President Biden, then who could it be on the Democratic side? And the truth is, there are no easy answers. I went back and looked at the polling versus Donald Trump for a bunch of different Democrats have been suggested. Gretchen Whitmer, Gavin Newsom, Kamala Harris. Look at this. They all trail Donald Trump. So the idea here that we're somehow going to get this magic bullet, that there's somehow going to be some Democrat who can beat Donald Trump easily, I just don't see it in the numbers. At this particular point, if Joe Biden takes on Donald Trump, he's trailing. If there's another Democrat who runs against Donald Trump, they too are trailing. Perhaps you want to make the argument you bring in another Democrat who isn't as well known as Joe Biden, who has universal name recognition, and maybe they could change the numbers. But the fact is, any Democrat who entered the race right now, at least among those that are being suggested by a bunch of folks, they would all enter the race at this particular point as an underdog to former President Donald Trump.
But Harry, are those numbers old numbers or are those since the debate? I mean, maybe the conversation has changed.
Yeah, those are not numbers that have been taken since the debate, though I was looking at numbers that were post-debate. This takes into account an average, a long-term average, right? Because the key is I don't just want to rely upon one polling number. But even the limited polling data that we have post-debate suggests that none of those candidates on your screen, Gretchen Whitmer, Gavin Newsom, or Kamala Harris, any of those would be favored over Donald Trump. He leads against all of them, whether you look at the pre-debate numbers or the post-debate numbers. And of course, I like to look at an aggregate of numbers, so that's what I did. But the fact is, even if you just did post-debate, it really wouldn't look any different.
Whoa. That is bad right there, guys. So even in aggregate, man, and I'm glad that he actually used aggregate, they have no bench. The Democrats have no bench. They should have had a real primary, but nah, they wanted to wheel out someone that they can actually control. And now the public is seeing, man, that Joe Biden is falling apart. I mean, they may just have to roll with Biden because look at that, guys. I mean, Gretchen Whitmer losing by 5 points. And we know how Trump actually polls. Trump doesn't poll the best, which means that if he's beating Gretchen Whitmer by 5, more than likely he's beating her by 8. Same thing with Gavin Newsom in California, who's running California into the ground. Kamala Harris, her polling numbers are just as bad as Biden, if not worse. For the most part, she was polling worse. And I'm pretty sure, the Democrat establishment know they can't run Kamala Harris. But if they don't run her, let's say Joe Biden drops out and they don't run Kamala Harris, the quote unquote person of color, the black women are going to revolt. They're going to be furious. They're going to say, how can you do this? How can you actually push aside a quote unquote black woman, even though she's Indian, away for Gretchen Whitmer, who's a white woman, or Gavin Newsom, who is a white man? How could you do that? I mean, the Democratic Party is already fractured, between the far leftists and the pro-Hamas people. And now, of course, the Democrats created the race card, man. And now if they do that to Kamala Harris, man, people are going to be furious. Trump is inevitable, man. There's no stopping the MAGA train in 2024. And by the way, the sentencing for the New York case is coming up here in week after next, if I'm not mistaken. If they send President Trump to jail, oh boy. If you thought these polling numbers were bad for Democrats now, it's going to be light years worse. Trump is going to win in a landslide. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.